so let's say that we want something else as like we don't really just want all of this section here, okay? So that was our big desktop window scene. Let's make another one here. And let's call it the just one table, okay? And we're going to use this poker thing cuz we're used to it here. All right, so here we go. We're going to do one table instead now. Scene. Okay, and so we clicked a new scene, and look, everything went away, right? Where'd all my stuff go? Oh, I'm going to panic. No, you just have a scene. You can click this button over here on the left, and it comes right back to it. And now you go to this one, which is one table. All right, so instead of doing a whole big window, let's do something different here. So we're going to click this plus button again, so I got to scroll up a little so you can see it. Okay, and this time we're going to, instead of doing a display capture, okay, we're going to do a window capture, okay? I'm going to bring it back down now. We're going to call this, you can't see it, so the problem with the small screen and going this way, but we're going to do the window capture. So here we go. Brings up this window, and we'll call this my left top table, because that's where it'll normally be on my screen, okay? And we're going to make it visible. Yep. So here we go. Now we get this thing, which is called a window capture instead of a display capture. So we got to go find our window. Here's the windows we have open currently. All right, so let's say we want to go get this one, which is this pot limit table. And bam, automatic. Do I want to capture cursor? Sure, why not? And here you go. Now you have just one table in here. And like we did before, if we want to just transform it, make it the whole time, we can. We can say fit to screen, and there it goes. It'll kind of move itself in there and do its best to look good. And perfect, we have one screen. So now if we just wanted to record one screen because we're just going to play one game or whatever, we got a perfect thing. But, okay, so that's a different scene, right? So now we can go back to here and do everything, and we can switch while we're recording. Okay, once we hit recording, it's doing everything that's ever on the screen. So every time I switch, it switches. All right, so maybe you have a hand that you're playing that's really important on one of these tables, and you're like, let me go to that table. Bam, I clicked it. And voila, you have that on your recording or your stream. All right, so we've showed some visual stuff, very simple, okay? Here's another thing you do. Like, let's say that you wanted a title on this one, right? So here we go. We're going to come down here. We're going to click our drop down, and we're going to select this one, text GDI, okay? So I'm going to bring it back down so you'll see it again. And this one's going to be the final table label, okay? All right, so then we created a new thing here, and we're going to say we at the final table. Oh my, it's huge. What am I going to do there? Okay, so in here you can choose like what size you want, the fonts you want, right? You can make it really big here. You can make it, let's see, where's the sizing? Let's see. Select font. Where are we? Guess there's not a sizing here, huh? That's okay. Maybe in the select font. Okay, here you go. In the select font, I got Arial regular 256. That is too much. Let's say 64. All right. I made it nice and small. So you can make it small. You can make it bigger. You can also drag it once you've done that. Now, if you make it 64 pixels and drag it, you're going to lose some clarity. Okay. So if you want more clarity, make it bigger. Okay. We can come back here and say reset the transform. We'll go back to 64 sizing by default. Okay. So there we are. We're at the final table. Bam. Okay. And we're just going to put it up here today, and there it is. Now, Let me show you something that's very important about both of these softwares that we use, OBS or Streamlabs. But down here in the sources, now we have two different sources. So we have the final table label and we have the left top table, okay? Now, if I, for instance, these things get to be put in order and they matter. Why do they matter? If I move this one down below the other one, I thought, well, the table is more important. Well, it is more important. It is the most important thing, and its visual goes in front of all the other visuals.